Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Vion, and today I'm going to show all them new slash returning players who didn't have the boost of Pieces of 8 that a lot of us did because they didn't play Season 4, how to get their Helm Empire up and running. Maybe you're struggling for Pieces of 8, so I'm going to show you how you can get a solid number of Pieces of 8 and get your Empire going. So, if you can, before we start, go to your Helm upgrade tree and make sure you have gotten this one here. Increases the amount of 8s offered in orders, because this is the method we're going to use. Also, if you have got the helm unlocked, because I know it's locked behind infamy, but if you have got it unlocked, make sure you are getting these auto collect zones. What that means is you don't need to rank these up to level 2 to get your ship going. As long as you've got all of them in the zones, then you can basically come over here. So we're not highlighting one of the manufacturers. And as you can see, it says claim. So we can claim. And as you can see, it has emptied all the manufacturers and we have claimed them. Now, the auto collection zones are this one right here, the one that you're seeing. I believe this one is one, as you can see. Yeah, so we will collect them. So that's 2, and then we've got 2 up here. These 2 are the other auto collect zones. So we're going to collect these. This is why you see number 1s, but you see number 2s pretty much everywhere else. And then over here, there is one right here. So this large zone here, these are not in the zone. These are in this bottom zone here. So don't confuse yourself because they're so close to the line. As you can see, if you zoom in all the way, they're actually not in this blue zone. So we're going to go and select this blue zone here, auto collect, and there you go. That way you have a steady stream of Pieces of 8. Yes, they do take a while to fill up, as you can see. However, that's just how it is now. It's not supposed to be a fast grind. It's supposed to be a long one. So next, we're going to go into our office. So if we hold the R2 button here, R1, sorry, we go into the office. Now, we'll come to what to do with this in a future video. However, this is what we want. We want order history. Now, as I said, in your helm, make sure you do have that one. Whether you put 3 points in it is completely up to you. But if you have this, it is going to increase the amount of 8s that are offered in these orders. So you can upgrade it 3 times. And basically, you can put 1 in here, 1 in here, and then 3 in there. You don't have to max these out to 3 to unlock this one. So we're going to look at order registry here. And as you can see, it's going to give us standing orders. Now, you do need Blue Lotus Opium and you do need Black Snuff. Now, how do you get these? Well, this is where your board is going to come into play. Because if you look up here on this board, you're going to see these roving deals. So, by all means, accept these roving deals, and also you can do these fort plunders for even more resources. Once you've got these resources, you can then go over to the laboratory in the other free roam place, whatever it's called. Is it St. Anne? Are we in Telloc? We might be in Telloc, so it'll be St. Anne. If we're in St. Anne, it'll be Telloc. One will be a distillery, one will be a laboratory. I believe we're in St. Anne right now. As you can see, we can basically make the opium. Blue Lotus opium is there, and the black snuff is there. What that's going to take is it's going to be a 1-to-1 ratio of tobacco leaves, and it's going to be a 1-to-1 ratio of poppies. So that is how you basically get your blue opium and your black snuff. And basically then you go and use all that good stuff once it's all crafted in these orders. And what these orders are going to give you is 420 pieces of 8, 420 pieces of 8, 420 pieces of 8, and another 420. Now, how do these work? Well, basically, once you accept these orders, you cannot fast travel. So if I were you, what I would do personally, instead of picking all of them up, because these two are going to the same place, I would pick these two up, and then I would sail from Saint Anne to go deliver, and then I would fast travel back to Saint Anne. Also, you can get the Orca's mechanism and the worms from um, the enemies. As you can see, a small fleet of orcas with lethal fin torpedoes will be on your tail. If you sink them, you have a chance of getting the orca's mechanism. If you sink these ones, you have the chance of getting the worms. I don't know. I'll go through it in a minute. It's worms something. But anyway, I would accept these two. I would go deliver these two because you cannot fast travel once you've accepted. I would then, once delivered, fast travel back to St. Anne, and I would pick up these two and I would travel down to the Southern Basin where I can basically go to land, which is right next to it, and fast travel back to St. Anne again and wait for the board to reset. Now, there's been a lot of theories on the board resetting. People say every hour. I've had to wait 3 hours before now for the board to reset, so it is what it is. It'll reset whenever it resets, I guess. If people are experiencing an hour, let me know. However, I have definitely experienced longer. So these fort plunders, I will be making a fort plunder build that so you can basically solo this stuff because we were basically soloing it in season 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'll make a build for you guys. I know that the damage has changed and it feels like we are taking a lot more damage. However, when you take a snow with you, you should be okay. Premi, I wouldn't recommend soloing, but Fort Dulce is really, really easy. Harimau is really easy. And Granby can be difficult, but it's all about maneuvering yourself there, but you can solo it. But these roving deals, what you're going to do is accept these roving deals, go to the ships. Now, I couldn't interact with the ships originally, so I basically sank one of them and I got the materials, and then I got the death mark. But the death mark was good for me. I was chased by a load of ships that were carrying all these materials. So I sank them all and I got all these materials. And if you're in tier 2, go get your death mark before doing Houston. If you go get your death mark before doing Houston, a load of people are going to get these materials and it's going to be amazing. So these ones I don't usually get. Like, you accept the supply deals, you fast travel to, well, the oubliette on this one, and basically you talk to the merchant, you give him the silver, and then he gives you the resources. I don't really like spending the silver to get the resources, which is another reason why I basically sink one of the ships. You only have to sink one, and then you'll get all the resources. A load of them will pop up, and they'll all say, they have this many resources, they have this many resources until they make the 150. However, just sink one. If you sink one, you get all of them. And the last time I did it, I got the death mark, so I got even more from the ships. But I couldn't interact with them anyway. I did try it that way originally, and I couldn't interact with them. But make sure if I've got more than you, if I can collect more than you, it's because of the upgrades. So make sure you are looking at the upgrades up here. As you can see, it reduces the refinement time at the distillery. So you can reduce the time on the items that you're crafting. But as you can see, if you look through all these, you can scavenge hell materials from Rogue Merchant when completing new Rogue hunts if you want to do Rogue hunts. I stick with the roving and the fort plunders, especially in tier 1. In tier 2, everyone's doing Houston, so it really doesn't matter. But as you can see, pillage hidden wares from overseas smugglers by boarding them during roving orders. So I've not been able to board. I think I did too much damage to the weak point and I basically sank them. But you can get 100% more rewards from the roving orders by boarding them. We've got the piece of 8 offered in the orders. 75 chance to scavenge helm materials from rogue merchants completing rogue hunts. Don't care about that. We've got the improved standing in Telok. Adds legendary helm wares to rewards at the job board. Again, it's not really a big deal. These ones, so the Telok favor and the Saint Anne favor, not really a big deal. You do have to spend a decent amount to upgrade them. But as you can see, go through the tree and decide which ones you need for whatever content you're doing. I would pick up the roving ones, the ones that affect the roving, and the ones that affect the order. But once you've refined your materials, come to the order history and make sure you are picking these up. Do not pick up all of them, because then you will have to basically travel to here and then travel to here. Actually, I might have got that wrong, because that says standing order, standard order, and that says ordering. So if we let's accept them. Fast travel is not allowed. There you go. So standing order, fast travel is not allowed. You've actually got to travel all the way to Navigator's Cross. Once the order is done, you can fast travel back to St. Anne, and you can basically accept these ones. Again, fast travel is not allowed. So only accept them two first, because they're going to the same place. And then when you fast travel to St. Anne, accept these two. Always accept the ones that are going to the same place. Do not accept the other ones, because otherwise you've got to go all the way from Navigator Cross to the Southern Basin, which is a long way without fast traveling to St. Anne first. But that is everything for the Hound, guys. Let me know if I missed something out. I feel like I missed something out and I can't put my finger on what it is. But make sure you are using all these things to your advantage to get a bunch of pieces of 8 just to get your empire up and running while you're in tier 1 content. Let me know your thoughts down below. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you are new. You want to make your way back to the channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.